Welcome back here on this Sunday afternoon. Great to have Dr. Ann Baker with us from the Toledo Zoo, as this weekend has been one filled with excitement. Started on Friday, carries on into today and through the rest of the summer with the announcement, first of all, and then the unveiling of the Tembo Trail. How are you?
Very good.
Good. Excitement, yes, among you as well with this thing?
Tremendous excitement, yes. We're so pleased. This has been 4 years in the making, and so seeing it finally all come together and open has just been tremendously exciting.
Yeah, talk to us a little bit about, are we going to start over? I don't know. We had a guest who, I don't know if you heard any of that, but, and I don't think that's what it was. I'm sorry.
That's okay. What happened?
We should lock the doors in here and seal us off and turn on the gas. Thanks to our guests for joining us in the first segment. We are changing gears now, talking a little bit about the excitement that has been going on over at the Toledo Zoo. Anybody who has stepped foot into the zoo grounds has seen the construction underway. Dr. Ann Baker is with us today to talk about the Tembo Trail and the unveiling of this new, do we call it an exhibit?
I'd call it an experience.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I mean, the excitement has been building since early on when this thing was under construction. I can remember taking my kids and looking at it and saying, gosh, it looks like something out of Indiana Jones. They're off in the distance. But man, oh man, what a great, I told you before we started today, I think people in Toledo get tunnel vision sometimes and don't appreciate or realize what we have in the Toledo Zoo.
We have a lot of unique exhibits in the Toledo Zoo. I think that the Arctic is, starting with the Hippoquarium years and years ago, having an underwater filtered hippo exhibit was just phenomenal. Yeah. Moving on to the Arctic and then the opening and Nature's Neighborhood, and now Tembo Trail. Which
and I think it's all tempered with telling people, you know, we know the big cities have their stuff, but we're a relatively small market here, and to have something like this is fantastic. Tembo Trail in itself, what are people going to experience?
They're going to experience a whole new way to see elephants and a whole new way to appreciate elephants. What we've tried to do is, in addition to providing extraordinary care for the elephants, which we've always done, and we've amped that up even more, give people an opportunity to see how we care for elephants. So they'll have an opportunity, for example, on a regular basis to see training. How do we train our elephants? They'll have an opportunity to see how we enrich the lives of our elephants and give them multiple opportunities to search for food, to get food in different ways. And then the visitors are going to see all of this from a very different view than they've seen it before.
And I know sometimes you in your position, you get locked into seeing things from an administrative standpoint, but do you sometimes see it as, my guests that come here to this zoo don't have that one feature that they always flock to. There are multiple features that they can go and seek out during one day's visit.
Oh, yeah, we do a lot of visitor surveys to find out how visitors use the zoo, what they like about the zoo, what they don't like about the zoo, and we pay attention to those surveys. Yeah. So when we find something that we could do better, we do it.
You guys expect, obviously, this over the summer to be one of the biggies as far as going and seeing the elephants in their natural habitat, and that is one of the things you guys strive to create, is so much of a natural habitat, even they think it's a natural wild habitat.
Now, it's interesting because I don't want visitors to think they're gonna see Africa when they come. What we've tried to do is create those elements, those components of a natural habitat that really provide stimulation and activity for the elephants. And so, for example, they're going to see in the indoor facility for the elephants, the majority of the indoor facility is sand floor. And that's great because the elephants can use the sand to dust bathe, they can roll in it. Outside we'll be making mud wallows that the elephants again will use on hot days.
I think we saw one of the elephants doing that. In fact, we stole some of this from Kristen Emery, who was over there within the last couple of weeks or so. And talk about these trees that everybody sees there. What is is that another training mechanism?
It's not necessarily a training mechanism, but it's an enrichment mechanism.
Okay.
So if you can see that sort of bulbous thing hanging down from the tree.
Right.
And that's actually a net that's filled with hay, and inside the hay there may be popcorn or other treats, so that the animals, and we have 25 of these very high opportunities in the exhibit, and we can raise or lower nets in there at different times of the day on different schedules.
Yeah.
And so the elephants have to move around, they have to look for their food. We really try to make it a little challenging for them.
There are, within Tembo Trail, there are going to be outside viewing positions as well as indoor positions?
Right. There's opportunities for indoor viewing, there's opportunities for outdoor viewing, and another thing that I just love about it that our visitors will experience or have experienced if they've been there already is that the visitor experience in the summer, we actually have huge glass doors. They're like huge glass garage doors that we can roll up, and so the indoor and outdoor sort of fade into each other. So we have breezes blowing through the indoor exhibit, and the visitors actually can have elephants on 3 sides of them, and very, very close.
Have the plans already been laid in place for how Tembo Trail will be decorated for the holidays?
No, but I'm sure that they've started working on that.
Yeah, because you look at all those peaks, I'm sure the lights will be adorned somehow, some way. As you look to say goodbye to the Toledo Zoo, I know you've talked with Lee Conklin, my comrade here at 13 ABC, a couple of weeks ago when you announced that you were retiring and moving on from Toledo Zoo. What do you, I guess, walk away from the Toledo Zoo thinking, this is Dr. Ann Baker's legacy? Not that I want to force you into talking third person, but what is it? What do you leave behind here?
Well, I'd like to think I leave a zoo that's in pretty good shape. We passed a levy last fall with a very high percentage, which tells me the community continues to love and support their zoo. So a zoo that's well respected throughout the zoo community, that's well loved in its own community, that has done some really creative and innovative exhibitry before I got here and since I've been here. Nature's Neighborhood, Tembo Trail, 2 of the notables since I've been here.
And Tembo, which means?
Tembo means elephant in Swahili.
Okay.
So it's the elephant trail. And so I think, and really a zoo that is a collaborator within the community, that works with other arts and cultural organizations, that works closely with the schools to provide good educational experiences, and that focuses on conservation both here and abroad. Are
you happy with dealing with an economy like everybody else has had to deal with, that the Toledo Zoo has remained relatively an affordable outing for families in Lucas County and elsewhere?
I think I am happy with that. We do have to charge, unfortunately. Although Lucas County visitors again get in free if they come between 10 and 12 on Monday, and then they're welcome to stay all day. Yeah. But I think we've done a good job of that, and of course membership provides a real opportunity for a very small price for people to come to the zoo as many times as they want.
And I don't want people, there's an exhibit coming up today, or an experience, if you will, at 2 o'clock. Don't leave home just yet, but at 2 o'clock they can go and see some of the elephants being worked with there at the zoo, and then it carries on throughout the summer. There are going to be multiple. We've got a birthday coming up, I understand?
Lucas's birthday. Lucas is the baby that was born last year, and we're celebrating his birthday on June 2nd.
Okay.
And then Memorial Day starts our animal feeds, and they'll be going on throughout the summer. And this summer we're ramping up the opportunities for visitors to interact with our education volunteers and our zoo staff as well.
Well, if we don't cross paths again, I appreciate the time that you've spent with us here on the Roundtable and here at 13 ABC. And everybody, I know you want to sound this off. Everybody get out and check out the Tembo Trail.
Exactly. It's a tremendous experience, and they shouldn't miss it.
All right. Stay right there. We'll wrap things up for this Sunday right after this here on the Roundtable. We'll be right back.